Hey, it's the Attractionist. I did not. Oh, well, into Red Room. I did not cut my hair. It's back there. There's hair back there. I just had to change it. But my hair has been like this before, so you know, just saying. And you can see my gray. My gray. Let's wipe this off a little bit. I think. Oh shoot. Is that better? Maybe. Maybe it's not. Maybe she's Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh shoot. Did I drop my chopstick? Oh, my other chopstick fell. Bull crap. Bullshit. Anyway. Back to like more important. So this video. Holding a flame for people. So I have done that in the past, like a lot, holding a lot of flames, and I'm still processing something that is an alarm in the back, or not an alarm, but like something in the back, I don't know. And you know, it's really kind of sad when I reflect on it, but I know myself when it comes to like romance, that like I'm very easily attached, I'm very hard to let go, I'm like a Cancer crab, you know. And I kind of am processing how I've changed when it comes to like talking to different people and my romantic interests being piqued, and who I've kind of been at each stage and what I was looking for in each stage. And I kind of like really have to process that. I'm still kind of processing the last person I was like interested in, and I don't know. There's people that come in and they leave like a very big impression on you because of the experiences with them or the experiences that then happen after that, that lead you to a wider realm of self-discovery. And so I'm like processing this, and you know, when you don't want to let that person's energy go, but you know that like they're no longer going to like be around, they're no longer going to play a role, they're no longer going to be like here. Not that they like died or anything, but like their energy is no longer here, it doesn't serve a purpose here. And it's a really hard thing, especially if you're someone like me who's pretty attached to people and has like abandonment like kind of issues. It's kind of hard, and so I'm processing still this person. And I don't know, I think mainly because also the way that that ended did not end very well. It just ended up him getting upset and like kind of fading out. And I don't know, I would like to reach out and say I'm sorry, but then again, you know, doing that kind of like just letting it go. Like, you know, like there's some things I think the energy just gets resolved on its own and you move forward with that. And it's not even like, oh, I send it and there's no reply and I'll feel like shit because I put this effort in. But it's just like, even extending that energy outward, maybe it doesn't have to show up in that way, you know? And so, kind of energetically, like apologizing and letting it go, because that's the better option for everyone involved. So, I'm processing that, and I'm processing the overall theme of always having a flame for someone years later, farther down the road, and how I've consistently put myself on hold for the hope, potential of someone coming back, even when deep down inside the potential is not there, and I know that. And really processing like heavy truths around what I'm seeking in people and why certain people's energy persists. I personally feel like I've gotten a lot better with the Is he gonna call? Is he gonna text? Is he gonna do that? You know, the people that I've gradually kind of related to, um, I've gotten way better. And it's part of the reason why I question whether or not I'm going to be doing tarot and stuff online, because I came on to tarot because I held flames for like guy in college. Then, you know, I had gone through my spiritual awakening. I was still trying to process that whole false twin flame journey and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, every cycle there was someone new coming in teaching me something, and they would just as quickly leave, and I would have to deal with those energies and that abandonment issue and that issue of self-worth and issue of attracting people whose energy I wanted to have for myself, as far as career and as far as like the world perspective, and as far as being able to travel and having a job and having certain income. And you know, you kind of start to process these things if you're self-aware enough, I guess. And I just kind of realized the energy that I wanted for myself, I kept attracting other people, and wanting to have people be everything for me is just not how it goes. And it's funny because I have really high boundaries with family members, but romantic pursuits, just none. And so I've had to really get like standards and speak up. And I am so grateful to be in a new space with that, because there's very few people that I really hold a flame for anymore. I think I can look back on the past people and just realize that who I am, like if we had gotten together back then, we would have surely broken up, because I've made so many switches and changes since then, just on my end, not to mention that their end, they would have probably grown and changed, right? And so it's one of those things. Another thing that's really interesting is that it's all people from college or somehow associated with the college that I went to that I've had to like process information. And it's kind of interesting because college is one of those places where like people like to go like reminisce about college and high school. High school a lot, but usually that's associated with like drama and shit. College is more like your heyday, I got to meet a bunch of people, I got to see a lot of like cool people, I got to do a lot of stuff. I was in my like prime physical, I was in my prime like mental, and kind of like they processed the decline, so to speak, of their life post college. And it's kind of interesting because my life has gotten consistently better over the course of like this past like 7 years to a decade, because I went to college in 2011. So I started in 2011, I graduated 2015. And so it's almost a decade since I've graduated college, and like I'm reflecting on that time of what have I done since then. And my life has gotten consistently better. Career wise, I've just hopped all over the place, but my perspective and self-awareness has consistently gotten better. Let's correct it. And so it's kind of interesting that all of these people are associated with this fucking college I went to. And I was just like, this is just a fucking ancestral portal in this bitch. This place is an ancestral portal. But I am really grateful. And the thing that I know, my Saturn return is here, so I'm processing that. I'll be 30 in June. And processing relationships and emotions and jobs and careers and making those shifts so I can be where I want, so I can have the power and the introspective and the self-image and the self-esteem that I've always desired, but chose to outsource that in a partner that I would then make my fixation. I am let me say this. Oh my goodness. I was just like way back. I am just really interested in being someone who is a go-getter in her own right, and a lot of that wounding is like disappearing. And so I have less interest in love readings. It was just something kind of gradually start to fall away, that like this no longer makes sense to keep going. And yeah, so I have stopped significantly. Like, it has dropped so much. Me watching love readings, I watch for people. I'm weary of people. I no longer am interested in the twin flame stuff. I'm no longer interested in like really like weird timelines and storylines, and I'm better at assessing whether or not an energy is mine or not. I still have my days of doubt and stuff like that, but yeah. And the coolest thing is that someone new that I am talking to, I'm way more open, honest, transparent about how I feel, and I think that that has been way better. And it's one of the first situations where I kind of feel the effort on the other person's half and not as really an afterthought. It's kind of like actively, not pursuing, but actively engaging. And I appreciate that. And actively engaging because I am actively engaging, right? Like, if you're unavailable to yourself, your own needs, your own wants, your own desires, and you don't know a lot of your drivers, then you attract people who tend to be emotionally unavailable, and then like because they're so shut off, you like use a lot of your energy to pursue them, and it's an external thing versus you need to pursue your internal thing. So I'm pursuing my internal thing. Yeah. So I am really cool with where I am. I no longer like, is it gonna text? Is it gonna text? Is it gonna text? Or they should call and stuff like that. Like, I'm gradually working my way away from that, and then like I can go. Like, I am really on my thing when it comes to relationships, romantic wise. If you aren't putting in any effort, then I am not going to like chase after you. I've done that for like over a decade of my life, and I'm not doing it. So yeah, like having great boundaries and self-image and self-esteem within oneself to like really put the brakes on shit. Excellent. Hey, so that's all I had to say. I will talk to you guys later. Take care, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.